Hello. Welcome to
Welcome.
Adam's Schizophrenia Hour,
Oh yeah?
where his imaginary girlfriend plays video games.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not real.
Can you hear the voices too? Okay.
And now Adam's.
Now I'm the imaginary one. Oh.
We're continuing playing Dark Souls 2. New game plus 1. New game plus 1.
You know, it's funny, like Kingdom Hearts, I think it has a new game plus mode, and that was like very exciting. I never considered that there would be new game plus like 2, 3, 4. I think traditionally New Game Plus doesn't increase the difficulty, it just lets you start the game over with all your stuff. But then some games they make it harder.
Right. Like this one.
Yeah.
It's the idea anyway.
It's sort of rare that a game can be made harder and have it still work.
Alright. Now what was I doing last time? I believe I killed someone.
You killed an important guy, right?
Did I?
I think so. I think you now have... You killed the Pale Drake. Or you killed Dukesteer Freya, got the Pale Drake thing. And then you... Did you get the... Oh, you can't wield the sword.
Yeah, I wield the sword.
So I think naturally you should put points into intelligence.
Oh yeah, so that I can wield the sword. Okay. I got a bunch of souls.
I think you need 18.
I need, yeah. So I need to level up like 10 more times.
Oh my god. That's
Almost.
so much.
Whatever. We can always respec.
Oh,
Like how I respec less.
did you get up to 13?
13?
What was your intelligence? Was it 12 or 13?
12.
Okay. I could swear the intelligence ring gives you 5, which is just 1 off from what you need. Unfortunately.
That's fine. We'll be getting plenty of more souls.
Yeah, and you can level up indefinitely. There's plenty of people, like, I think the average level for, like, PvP is, like, 600 or something. So...
Fun.
Isn't that fucking bizarre? If you're over 1,000,000 soul memory, you're in the same bracket as someone who is over 1,000,000,000. Like...
Huh.
So you can be invaded by someone who has 99 in every stat. Like, maxed out armor.
Sick. Where do I go next?
You go to see the king.
Right.
In his castle. If that comes smashing to the floor, we'll find out that was a bad spot for it.
It doesn't look like a good spot. What's this one? Hell yeah. More like Dannphan than an actual sword.
You do look cool.
Yeah, I feel pretty cool.
You should try out some different, less practical weapons.
Sure. Any requests?
bonks, I think. Can you equip Velstat's Bell? Oh, do you have the Dragon Slay or Dragon
I have all these.
Sanctum Dragon thing? Alright, yeah. What? How about a Drakewing Ultra Greatsword? I'm feeling it. And then for the other side... Oh wait, does the Drakewing thing take like 1,000,000 dexterity or something? Is that why you're not power stancing? Wait a second, can you equip the Moonlight Greatsword? Oh, it's 18. Oh, never mind. It wasn't crossed out like in Dark Souls 3, so I forgot.
Yeah, man.
What about those like... Oh wait, 2 Smelter Swords?
Magic.
Hell yeah. 2 aged Smelter Swords maybe? Or 1 aged Smelter? I think the Drakewing Sword, you can't power stance it, because I think it takes like a bunch of dex or something. Yeah, you could just two-hand it. It's a tap light, yeah. And then, is it power attacks? No, it must be left triggered. Oh.
This block. Oh.
So it was power attack. Did that hurt you, or did you get hit before?
I got hit before.
Oh, it's gonna be perfect for this spot where the crossbow guys are shooting at you. I watched some video where someone was critiquing Dark Souls 2, and one of their main points was the fact that it's raining when you get closer to the castle.
That's so stupid. Look at how cloudy it is. Of course it's gonna rain!
Well, they're saying, like, it can't be a different biome. Just because you go into a tunnel, it's not that far.
You know how rain works, good sir.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to show...
It would have to be a different biome.
Yeah, they're expecting you only to go to the castle once. And so as you're walking to the castle, it starts to rain, which I thought was very dramatic, personally. And so I thought it was the end of the game when I was getting to the castle.
Yeah, right?
But then the whole castle section...
That's so cool about it.
Yeah. I think, like, there's plenty of stuff to complain about Dark Souls 2, but...
That's the most bullshitty thing.
Yeah, it's not...
Look.
Oh yeah, these guys are all absent from Scholar of the First Sin.
Bam.
Oh, he's tough.
Oh god.
That's the most difficult thing to avoid, is that little, like, backhanded...
Oh, yeah?
Whoosh.
What? Why did it do that?
Nice shot. Threw him off. Oh wow. The hit with the sword does damage too.
Oh.
You can tell when he's gonna do that move. I forget how. I think his left hand he holds it in a certain position.
Oh. Cool.
Oh yeah. Each blast like hurts the sword or something. Oh, it's broken.
Yeah, it's been broken.
Well, it said it was at risk.
No, it said it was broken.
Oh. Can't get more broken.
Exactly, that's why I'm still swinging.
Yeah. Oh, you got the chest.
Yeah. I had the chest before.
Yeah, but it's a rare drop. I cheated you in the chest.
Alright. What sword do you want to break next?
The Fume Ultra Greatsword. Can you dual wield Fume Ultra Greatsword? Oh no, they cost a bunch of dex. What about...
King's Ultra Greatsword?
Oh, the King's Ultra Greatsword I bet does a shit ton of damage.
Well, not as much as the box, but...
Yeah, okay. 2 Smelter Swords.
Alright. Magic. Or fire?
I don't know. Healer's choice.
Let's go double magic.
Oh, that actually looks really cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine trying to keep this guy out of your castle.
Imagine thinking it's bizarre that it would start raining.
When it's cloud.
Fucking idiot.
They're like,
I remember listening to that video and thinking to myself, like, what are you talking? What's wrong with you? Do you not understand rain?
They're like,
it's pouring rain. How'd that happen? How?
They're like, no. Their other point was like, oh, Dark Souls 2, they don't know how to make a map. They're so dumb. They don't do it like in Dark Souls 1. And it's like, they probably made the decision very logically to just not do that again because it's a giant waste of time and nobody gives a shit. Like, it doesn't make the game any better to have the whole map connect to one central spot. Like, there's so many different...
There's definitely, like, some parts of Dark Souls 1 where it also kind of feels like an illusion that it's connected.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it actually is just an illusion. Like, the elevator down to the shitty swampy area, it's not actually underground. It's, like, in this other spot. But, I do like the way that, Dark Souls 1 is all configured together, and I think, as I've said before, they perfected that idea in Elden Ring, where it really is a map. But, it's not horrible in Dark Souls 2.
I actually actively hate how Dark Souls 1 has everything, how the map works, because it feels very not real. Like, it feels very like a video game, that everything would connect in such a way.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk anymore. I turn the volume up, and you're like, never mind.
Too shy.
Too shy.
Oh, and then I think
is that supposed to be the young version of her or something?
No, the young version you see in the Dragon place.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Different voice actor.
Yeah, I thought she sounded different there, but she stopped talking to me, so I
think
can't
in
verify.
Scholar they put a million more of these guys.
Oh.
Ooh, who's that? What's that hammer? Oh, it's a Drake Keeper. Let's get the Drake Keeper hammer.
Oh god. No.
Oh no, is it the Drake Keeper? Something. Because I think I really like. Oh man, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
I gotta do it?
Yeah, the left trigger.
Oh yeah. I just didn't want to die. It's alright.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
But he's like a special enemy. I think you can kill him in one hit if you just left bumper. Oh, you can't. My mistake.
Ah, fuck.
So I've heard someone say that...
Oh god.
Left trigger, do it. Oh. That was...
I know. Whoa, that was fucking glitchy.
Huh.
Because I cancelled it, it was still like super flamey in the back.
Yeah, I think you got shot out of it. So then you had a...
That was interesting. I'll give it that.
What if you could use that to, like, get multiple hits? Like, you get hit out of the power attack, and then you press it again, but so you stack 2 of the explosions? Like, what if that was the secret to the one-shot challenge? You, like, throw a knife up and have it land on your head or something? Not that that exists in this game, but no. Or, like, the physic exploding flask thing. Those swords are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you should use the fire one. Because it's maxed out. Oh, excuse me. It does more damage.
Sure. Power Rangers, let's go.
Hell yeah. Totally a Power Rangers villain. Can't believe it. Rain when it's cloudy. But yeah, no, I like maps to all work together and make sense.
Of course.
But I don't like how Dark Souls 1 looks at all. It's actually so many people like whenever I'm talking about map design, people always bring up Dark Souls 1 and I actually think it's like terrible. They wasted so much time putting that map together and like I mean people like the idea of it, I guess, or people like it. I don't know, but I don't see the purpose. It takes me completely out of the game. It makes the whole thing like because like they don't have a map that like they have all this. They don't have a map that makes sense. They have like so many gaping chasms in Dark Souls in general. There's always these gaping chasms everywhere. And I guess the idea is that they want you to feel unease that you can fall off these cliffs. But, like...
Well, also, like, the world falling apart, apocalypse type deal.
That was more a thing with, like, the third game, and they, like, tried to explain the giant gaping chasms. But the first game, they're just like, yeah, the sun's turning off. So the gaping chasms don't really... You know, they don't have an explanation, it's just that...
Well, I thought that was just always a thing, is that the world is falling apart.
Yeah, but that lore comes in the third game. So like they're retroactively explaining why there's gaping chasms in all the Dark Souls games.
Sure.
So all the things are converging. But even if there is a lore explanation, just change the lore. You're this is the first game. You could just decide not to have lore that involves gaping chasms everywhere.
A retarded amount of damage.
That was very
cool, but it did not help me.
Can you do a running left bumper?
Not right now, I can't.
Because the running left bumper is probably really effective, right? It is with the bonks, I think. Here we go. Running left bumper. We've got it. We've got it. The double. The double.
Oh god, it's terrible.
Oh, no shit. Is that actually the left bumper attack?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That was even cooler. And even worse. Alright, we gotta do it. We gotta nuke him. Left trigger. Pull the trigger. Yeah, that looks so cool.
Bang, bang, bang. Pull my devil trigger.
That was a nice... See, he's inspired by your terrible but stylish moves. That's why he did that Tusk attack.
Yes, that's why. I'm gonna break the crap out of these swords.
Hell yeah. I mean, what else to do with them but just run in until they break and then swap them out for something better.
Yeah. That's what the game intended, after all.
If only you could blow up all swords. Just keep on swapping out the new swords you pick up and blowing them up. That should be my next manhwa is going to be exploding sword guy. Picks up swords, explodes them. Does it get more annoying than that, huh?
No, that's right in my eardrum. Oh, there.
I guess
they
I'll
come
just
over
mute
there.
the mic. Okay.
There.
What a terrible lock.
Expend some souls.
Imagine you had to kill a guy by your front door every time you opened it. Even if this is how
It's
you...
just one of those days.
We're doing it again, apparently. Even if this was how you locked your front gate, it's a terrible lock.
What a great presentation.
Yeah. But, like, if you're shooting the enemy as they're coming to attack your gate, and then killing 3 of them opens the gate, you know, not a good lock.
Yeah. Hey, dude. Hey, Marshall. Welcome to chat.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, I have chat set up on the TV over here, so I don't have to have a hot laptop on my lap. It's funny on Rumble, the chat comes down from the top, and then on YouTube it comes up. So it's
Some more? No.
wow. Here we go. Do it. I believe.
Are
Oh,
you
change
sure?
your swords.
Yeah.
Change your swords. Yeah.
Go for the meta.
All right. Hell yeah! Double pursuers. Let's go.
Ooh. Ooh, dead hood.
Way better double fight than the. Oh, you didn't get the bonfire. Big walk.
Yeah. I don't know why I listened to you.
It was
when
exciting.
You said do it.
It was cool. Well, once you open the door, you had to. That's simply the protagonist rules. I love that you have 5 of those rings now. So I think you can get 3 per playthrough. You have 5, meaning there's probably another one that you can pick up this playthrough. There's also other ones that prevent curse, but they're more expensive to fix. And they break when you get cursed, which is
Right.
not super convenient if you get cursed and then die.
Of course.
I appreciate the style.
Gotta switch it up every now and then.
Yeah. If only you could throw swords.
Yeah, right. You think that they have something. Whoop. Some sort of magical throw ability.
You know, Stellar Blade is cool and all, but I kind of would like a game like that, but to just play as a big jacked barbarian. you know? I feel like too many big titty anime girls has, like, the consumption of too many big titty anime girls, I think it does contribute to turning people trans. Because, like, they're just starting
well,
to...
there's, like, also very gay anime boys.
Yeah. I guess that's true. I don't know. I feel like people need an example of, like...
Masculinity.
Yeah, like, so many people saw Conan the Barbarian and then, like, based their fitness journey on that. And I think that's fucking awesome. Like...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've seen so many people that was, like, their inspiration and they become, like, just... this big, like, hunk of metal. They're just, you know...
More like a hunk of iron, the natural man.
Yeah. Oh, you can just run straight through, I guess. I guess that's fair. You open the gate and all. Now, Mr. Dementia Ghost is going to ask you if you're trespassing.
Oh, God.
The true boss, blocking the camera. I didn't realize those guys moved out of their spot.
What?
I think the door is on the right. Like, at the right end of the hallway.
What?
Yeah, I think that's the one. I hate how you can't Resident Evil just, like, slam the door open. Just jump down, jump down. And then none of these guys come alive, although it feels like they should. Not even in Scholar. And then directly across is the bonfire.
Yes. Bonfire, I knew you.
So how you doing, Marshall? Enjoying life in the great white north instead of the hot green south, the way too hot green south. It's like 84 degrees today. Oh.
If only
Had a fourth hit.
I actually turned when I tried to turn.
Yeah. Wasn't that a British guy doing the video on the raining too? Like, he doesn't understand rain even though he's British. Like,
Yeah, I guess he's British.
is he just retarded, or like does he just stay inside all the time? Because like, I went to...
I guess he thought because the rain asset looks like it's pouring, and I don't know. I think he's just looking for reasons to hate it more.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems so stupid. Because like, I was in England for a week, and I understood that it could rain randomly. Like, it could just start raining for a minute or so and then stop. It was just always...
I don't even know if you can call it random if it's like super cloudy.
Oh, that's true. But it's always kind of cloudy. In, at least my experience in, like, England. And I mean, it's...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Damn, the coordinated attack.
What am I supposed to do?
There's nothing you can do.
I'm just
They're
fine.
unstoppable.
Yeah, very fun.
I'll be the Krillin, and then you be the anime protagonist, and I'll just be like, no, it's impossible. He's doomed. What is he gonna do? And then, you know, when you win, it'll just be like, oh my god, insane.
I can spin to it.
Can you?
I don't know, but it would be funny if I could.
Oh, okay.
Might as well repair that. Don't mind why I have so many rings, good sir. I can assure you they're being put to good use.
It's like, I'm a blacksmith, not a silversmith, so this will cost you 3,000 human souls.
Sick.
Upcharge. Fine. We were 80 a couple times this month, but we're going to 48 for the high on Friday. It just doesn't want to warm up. God bless one of the Dakotas, whichever one that is. Ugh. Being hot sucks.
Well, yeah.
It's terrible. I'm a philosopher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom in. Whew.
Life is good with big swords.
So, like in Germany, there were people who would live in the mountains, and then in the summer, they would make money by either like hiking or running down the mountain, or like building a little kayak. You're not gonna be able to roll.
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna have to get buff. Oh, what did we figure out? It was like if you use the bonk plus the sword or something, then your visibility isn't so bad. Is it bonk or sword in left hand, I think? Yeah, swap that one for a great sword. Any great sword, really. Now dual wield again?
It's dual wielding.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What do you think about the visibility there?
I think it's decent.
Yeah. So anyway, these guys would make money by just going down the mountain and bringing ice for like ice cubes. Oh, that's kind of nice. That damage is pretty good. I think because it...
Oh. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
I guess. I mean, at least you're in the same, like, zip code. Oh, no. Nice. I like how you evaded all the attacks and you're like, revenge. How dare you swing at me?
Yeah, you know I'm
Attack
not
him
gonna
down.
win, so, like, what's the point? I'm cursed. It's just all sad from
Well,
here on
Curse
out.
just makes you have lower max health.
I'm never gonna win.
Do you have another strike damage thing you could use? Like, keep the smelter hammer and then something that's like... Go down. Let's see what we got. Oh, the fume ultra great. Oh, though you can't dual wield it, right? Because it's 30. Slash thrust. Slash thrust. Oh, I thought that was a strike weapon. Go up. Strike.
Great sword.
What
I
is
think
that?
that's also bad on the visibility.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can wield that, and then what's the one to the right of it, the graveyard thing?
Crypt black sword.
Oh, okay, that's no good.
Slash
Yeah, okay. So how about this combination? That's like really solid stuff.
Sure.
Your visibility is not great, but you know.
I'll beat you with a woman and a hunk of iron.
But yeah, what a fantastic job. Like it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's like not great hiking all the time, but there's worse jobs, right?
Yeah, that is terrible. This is a terrible combination.
Well, I mean it's bad for these like tiny guys, but what about the big boys?
No, it's terrible. It's really bad.
Wow. That was some nice damage. That's like
Look at that, how long it takes to hit. I do a little spin.
but the left bumper is pretty quick. We do the 2 clubs, 2 blunks. That, well, yeah. The time until it actually hits is probably the same as your swords, but because they're so big and he's moving him so quickly, it just feels like it's a faster attack. So
I
I
guess.
believe.
I think this is a terrible idea.
But if you kill these guys, you can get a ring that'll increase your damage by 10. Oh, that's so much fucking damage, dude. Oh no. A fucking hitbox. You got this, though. You got this. Seriously, you just kill the shit out of him. Nice. Ah, the partner, the accomplice.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I have to use the bathroom.
Okay. You want me to get you back to the fight?
Well, it's not a difficult run by any means.
Alright. I guess I won't.
Just keep chat happy, I suppose.
Do you mind if I like switch your equipment so you can roll?
Do it if you want.
Okay. Maybe just no shirt. I know in Dark Souls 3 there's this big, like, defense penalty, like a huge disproportionate penalty if you don't have one of your armor pieces equipped. I don't know that it's the same in this, but I'm not a Dark Souls scientist. Alright, if that's not light enough... Oh wait, that's actually really heavy. Weird. Even though it's like a scrap of nothing. This is like visibility limitation maxing. So is this a sword? No. What if we swap these? Why not? Ugh. The random quality of life things, like swapping which hand you have the weapon in, it's like... Is that worse? Might be worse. What's the smelter hammer at? You know, what was it? 733? Yeah, 733, and then this is 725. So the King's Ultra Greatsword is actually more damage than the smelter hammer. That's like more, I think. 465, 665? Is that right? And then if I swapped it, right? I bet the visibility is better. Oh, right. Doesn't want to help me out. That is worse. That is definitely worse. Excuse me. Let's see. God, this fucking gamer posture I have right now. What the hell is this one? The Dragon Tooth? Is it not by swords? Okay. I would have thought all big things would be together. You know, he like holds it differently just to... So I realized this thing actually does more damage than the big bonk.
Oh. Well, we'll have to get another one, huh?
Yeah, I gotta kill the king. Again.
We'll get there.
You could kill the pursuer with his own weapon.
Yeah.
Slash thrust. Maybe I should look up the pursuer and see what his like weaknesses are.
I just assume that everyone's weakness is strike.
It is, but yeah, I mean, I guess that's.
I don't think he's weak to magic, considering it looks like he's using some magic, especially for that magical grab.
That could be darkness.
It does glow blue, though. I thought that was, like,
Yeah.
the key.
So that's a decent step down in damage. 665 compared to 725. Yeah, it's like a whole 100 less. Let's see. This is like okay visibility, right?
Sure.
And then you have the butterfly wings.
For poison.
You have to minimize your visibility. Yeah, no, I put that on as like, I was thinking about it, and then I was like, no, that's bad. You will not be able to see. Oh, that's...
At least the butterfly rings are transparent.
Yeah. Is there anything light enough to wear? Oh. Almost. Alright. I believe.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
If you say so. Who am I to rumble?
You say who am I to rumble?
I did.
What happened?
I had a stroke.
A little mini stroke.
What a shitty room.
I kind of like the fact that you have to do the run back where you reapproach the castle. Because it feels...
You motherfucker.
That's the attitude I'm very used to with these guys. Which I think is like kind of cool that they have different attitudes, like the different enemies. I hate when like every enemy in the game just like runs after you as one big mass.
Yeah, I get that. Go, go.
Nice. So the when he does that dash, you can actually just walk around to the other.
I'm doing my best.
No, I know. I'm just saying like you could save the stamina by just like walking around the right side.
It's like there's a guy on the right side.
No, I know.
There's two of them now.
I know.
So the rules change.
No, I know, but like I don't know. You could walk around the right side, and then like when you're about to get hit by the other guy, you could dodge. So you like save a little stamina.
I haven't even been locking on to either of them because I feel like that's just a death sentence.
I think you're probably right about that. Eventually, they won't respawn, but you will remain. Eternal and buff.
Why?
It's a shame you can't become like a giant, jacked monster in any of these games. You could just be like slightly fit.
Yeah, really.
That was the same thing that bothered me about Cyberpunk. It's like, well, this game is supposed to be, it's first person, so like, nice. Oh, I wanted it. I thought you had the double. Huh? Did a meteor just land?
No, he stabbed me with a sword. Well, this isn't.
Fair enough.
Let me go in.
Oh. Double bonk. But the thing is, the king's sword does more damage. Whoa.
God damn, this fucking room.
I feel like the sink has tilted you.
Everything.
Yeah.
I didn't get to any writing done today.
You go for double tiny bonks.
I'll switch off later. I gotta get there.
Fair
I
enough,
need to
yeah.
see to get there. No, you fucking idiot. Yeesh.
You're at 74%. think the king's sword might be lighter.
See what the moveset is.
I think it's up top. Is the big swords for whatever reason. Oh, you're thinking about doing a two-handing one of them?
Hmm?
Oh no, I thought you were looking for shields or something.
I'm just looking at what I have.
Hmm.
There's a lot of decks.
Hmm. It would be so fucking cool if you could dual wield Moonlight Greatswords.
Yeah.
That's like officially the best Dark Souls 2 characters, dual wielding Moonlight Greatswords. Hey, it's Chest High Walls.
Hey, what's up?
I'm here. I've been here for a while. Just keep forgetting to say anything, and medicine causing me to space out. Well, hopefully you feel better soon.
Big explosion? Or well, it won't cause the explosion unless I have two flaming swords or whatever, right?
No, I think as long as you do the power attack, it does.
Okay.
Let me look up the Pursuer and see if it's fire or magic they have less resistance to. Also, it still does slash, right? So
But explosions are cool.
it is, yes. That is a fact, and that will make you stronger.
Being cool, yep. Oh, it's not. It doesn't do it. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Did you do a running attack?
I didn't do an anything attack. I did a regular. Oh, now it worked.
You did a running attack somehow.
I don't know how. Yeah.
There's a running power attack. Do that again. They disappear, right? But if you quit out and then enter back in.
Now it works.
How did you do that? Did you hit left bumper by accident?
No. Unless it was like
A tilt?
yeah, right?
What the fuck did that happen? I've never seen that.
I've never seen that. I didn't mean to do that.
Do a running left bumper. Okay.
It's not that.
How
No, I'm
did
gonna
you?
break it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess the game just decided to give me a new move.
If you can quit to the
It'll kill
main
me.
menu and then come back in, and the pursuers will come back. You don't have to go all the way back to the bonfire if you
I
want to.
do. The sword is breaking.
Well, you could switch swords.
But then all I have are the magic swords.
Well, let me just see what his resistances are. He's resistant to dark, and he is weak to lightning and strike.
I don't know. I would just assume that he was resistant to magic.
Okay, let's see. 30% resistance to fire, 30% resistance to magic.
Alright, so this is.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. He's 50% resistant to dark and only 10% to lightning. I assume this is strike, yeah. Weakness 120% to strike 93 to pierce, 93 to slash. That's such a weird way to... Is immune to bleeding, susceptible to poison.
Is he immune to the spin to win? Huh? Didn't think so.
Oh, going for just one? If you're going for just one weapon, I would go for the king's thing, though, because it does more damage.
It's got a shitty moveset.
Alright.
Hell yeah. Ice spawn. Oh, well, I guess that's how that works, huh? It's just always the grab. Oh, my ring was broken. What the heck?
Well, it broke when you died.
No, but I didn't die last time. I went back to the bonfire.
No, you got cursed.
Cursing breaks.
No. It broke when you died.
Oh, so I just...
You got cursed from the stab.
That's what it does? Okay.
Yeah, it curses you.
Alright. I can understand now. I thought my ring was already broken.
No, you don't have the one that breaks from curses. That one is like yellowish green gems on a gold band. I have completely forgotten that I already forgot to tell you that I forgot what I was saying. I am that deep into the hole. Well,
Sick.
Have you ever been so far as to be more like?
Well, there's just no winning this fight.
You do so much damage, though. I think you're much closer than you realize. Fuck yeah. Bonk.
On the bright side, all of these guys will be dead forever soon.
It's so satisfying seeing him getting
Oh, hello.
flattened. Now that's the tilt.
That's the tell. I think that's what I did. But,
I
by
didn't-
accident, obviously.
I didn't think you could tilt with the left trigger, like when you're dual wielding.
I didn't
Has-
think either.
You're not that deep into the hole if you can remember that whole thing. Has anyone really been far, even as decided to use, even go want to do look more like? Oh, now we're cooking.
There's the... There it is.
Yeah. You got it. Oh, hey, Gergie. You want me to make room for you? Worth. Come here, Gergie. Hey, Gergie. Come here. Hey. Come here. Yeah, it's okay. Come on. Okay, almost. Almost.
As I was getting up, my God.
I forgot that they had moves like that. They're like phase 2, he shoots like evil stuff.
Ugh, I have to look at my ugly body.
That's honestly the worst part about Dark Souls 2. And it's kind of an unforgivable aspect of their game design.
Well, it's true in Dark Souls 1 too.
Yeah. They made it worse in Dark Souls 2 because they're still married to the concepts from Dark Souls 1. But I find it so blah.
So very much not good.
Yeah. You dump so much damage on this guy.
I know.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is the worst fucking moveset.
Man, you slapped that guy's calf so hard he died. Fair enough. You look cool one-handing it. Practicality, not
I don't
there.
know why it took so many, like, Ys to get it to even two-hand.
How's the microcontroller working out for you?
It's fine.
Good. Hey, here you go.
My head, not so much.
Hey, or a honeydew. Looks like the protagonist from the Dragon's Burn webcomic. I am unfamiliar. Is that one of those, like, godforsaken... The Elden Ring really streamlined the equipping 2 weapons commands. If that pulled you all the way in, that would have been...
Ugh.
Yeah. It looked so clean, but I forgot about the other guy.
Well, I can't see where the other guy
Yeah.
is. So that's where the difficulty comes from.
Yeah.
Why don't I just not do this?
You could do that. Sure. You could always come back. You trying to skip the fight, or are you doing it again?
I'm going to explore the rest of the area.
Oh, okay. Man, you know, slash damage just really gets shafted, huh? Even the small guy, like, he didn't die from a power attack.
Well, that's just because.
You missed with half of it. Oh no, that's a shit ton of damage resistance. So how's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Aura Honeydew? I came up with like a video idea and Trisha thought it would be a good thing for me to do with my buddy John.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna do that. Probably record it on Thursday.
And did you talk to him about dinner now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes the idea.
Awesome.
It's we're each gonna come up with 3 quotes, and then tell them to the other person, and then they're gonna have to guess whether it is or guess like the location that the quote came from by like
Specifically the location.
yeah, specifically the location, and then we'll calculate who wins or loses based on the distance. The how close we were geographically.
You pull up like Google Maps.
No, so what I think we're gonna
See
do.
how far away it is.
What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna do Tabletop Simulator. Originally, I was gonna have Google Maps and then have the score be based on how long it is to bike ride from point A to point B, but I think instead I'm gonna have it be Tabletop Simulator,
Oh.
and then I'm gonna put a map on the table, and then he's gonna have 3 like things for like each question, and then like put a pin in the map for like where he thinks it is, where he thinks the quote was said.
Right.
And I already know. I already picked out my quotes. One was the one that Trisha gave me.
A great quote.
Yeah.
The dog. The dog.
Hey. Hi, buddy.
Now, if they're fictional
Yeah.
quotes, is it just like where the writer comes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Or I was gonna say, or is it like in universe where the quote comes from?
No. Just like. Because the quote is from the writer.
Yes, that is true.
Like when you're citing a paper, you can't cite Conan the Barbarian. You have to cite Robert E. Howard.
Well, the fantasy land that Conan the Barbarian takes place in, I suppose. This thing. Which one is the correct door again?
I think it's the first door on your right.
This door.
I think that's it. So just kill him, and the door opens. Pretty sure that's all you need to do to get through this whole thing. Yep.
Unless, of course, you wanted to fight the Dark Lurker.
The dock.
Darker.
I think that's an openable chest.
Yes. It's dark.
So do you guys want to?
Dark arrow.
You guys want to hear my my quotes?
Oh, are you just gonna? They should watch the video, right?
I guess.
You should watch the video to find out.
I goose.
It'll be a while until you like have it up, I suppose. But
Yeah, I would probably have it done like by next week, because I probably wouldn't edit that much. I would just. I have 2 videos still on your computer that I have to edit.
yes,
But
dark.
oh, sweet. Why don't you take all your clothes off, pull out the Sanitier's spear, and party?
If you say so.
Oh, and all the rings too.
Oh yeah. How far down is it?
I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, so what's the regular moveset? Is it just spear moveset? Okay, so it's a halberd. So then, after you go into the soup and have it degraded, Yeah, so it's like slow. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Very
Is it getting corroded?
You know? It doesn't look like it, does it?
Is this only for armor? That's the worst.
It is the worst, isn't it? Huh. Well, that's a shame.
That was my secret plan the whole time. Marshall says yes. Is that a yes to Trisha's thing where she doesn't want me to say my quotes? Well, also, I think the more interesting thing with the video, at least to me, is going to be what quotes John pulls out, because they're going to be crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a super, like, history and literature guy, so, like, he's going to have really interesting quotes.
I got all my pretty crowns, too.
My final one, we're going to do it in Tabletop Simulator. So I'm going to put the quotes on cards, and then the last card I'm going to throw out is going to be the screenshot from Castlevania where Dracula goes, what is man but a miserable pile of secrets? And I'll be like, geographically, where does this come from, right? Because, you know, the obvious trick is to be like, it's many layers deep, my deception, right? So the obvious assumption is like, oh, well, obviously it comes from Japan, Castlevania, Japanese game. And then he'll be like, oh, but that's what you want me to think. It's actually from the localizers who put that quote in. And then he's going to be like, blah, blam, America. But then he's going to be wrong because it comes from the French writer André Marou. They're quoting, the localizers of Castlevania are quoting from that French writer for Dracula's speech.
Why? What pants did I have on that made this work? I'm so confused. I thought I had on the right set, but then it was like, no.
And then, what were the other two ones I got? I can't remember the third one, but the other one I was going to do... Oh yeah, I'll save the one that Trisha gave me. The other one I was going to do is... I am the flail of God. You must have created great sins for him to cast me down upon you.
Very epic.
I should get a shirt. It says
What
I
am I
am the
doing
flail.
wrong here?
Has to be below 70%.
I know, but I don't know what combination I had the first time.
Did you change your pants?
It's driving me crazy.
Are your pants the Drake Keeper pants? What are the pants called?
They're not. I don't see Drake Keeper pants. This?
Oh, I guess it's not the Drake Keeper. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's like way heavier. What's go down? Down.
I would assume it was like one of the maxed out ones, but it's
Yeah,
not,
it is a maxed out one.
Yeah, but
Drake
none of
Blood,
them,
that's the one.
Yeah,
And
that
then
it's
your
still
gloves
heavy.
are there it is. No, not that one. That's because that one's not maxed out. But go back to the bottom. Go left until you find.
This
Well,
one?
no.
No.
Just go left until you find one that puts you below 70. Yeah. Keep going. Is your chest piece still the same? Oh, right. Put your rings on.
Oh, because it makes me layer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going insane.
What's that ring all the way at the bottom?
Which ring?
Yorg's ring?
Yeah.
The fuck does that come from?
Sometimes it deflects guns.
Sometimes.
If you're lucky.
Is it the second dragon ring or the third one? Third, yeah. Hi, buddy. Are you trying to be cute?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a cute puppers? Can you guys see how cute the dog is? Or do I need to adjust the camera? Are you a cute puppy? Nice to meet you, Mr. Cute Puppy. Yeah. He looks cozy. You can kinda see how cute the dog is. Hear that, Gergie? They can only
So you
kinda see.
get a general idea of cuteness.
Like, how about that? Actually, you have the, well, it'll take a while for it.
Pro strats.
Yeah, you can kind of see Doggo.
You can see enough of Doggo.
Yeah, I think you get the general idea. He is a puppers. Replace flail with coom. I am the coom of God. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. You bundling up.
Where is this invader?
Oh, it's there's all these like angry lore videos about this invader. People argue back and forth. It's the lady that sells you the miracles. But people are like, no, they're just reusing the model. The lore doesn't make sense. I don't know, but it's yeah.
Yes. You're very evil. Let's get on with it.
I believe the invader ambushes you, but the invader like spawns behind you, right? They're that way.
Yeah. I just was expecting them to like follow me or something.
I think they spawn ahead of you and then lay a trap, but somehow you've gotten ahead of them. So I don't know.
I don't know. I waited around for a while.
So where did they invade you? They invaded you.
In that room over there.
Yeah. So are they at the foot of
I guess
these?
I should go get the bonfire.
Oh, it's the bonfire right there. Yeah, the ladder is on the side of the. There's a climb down button. It's past it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there an enemy down there? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. You gotta fuck him up to show him who's boss.
Yeah, they're right.
So, Aura Honeydew says, I wish my humanity was restored. What happened to your humanity? Too much DCYA?
I know how that feels. What?
What is that even from? That jingle.
It's from a lot of places. I believe it's just a copyright-free jingle.
Oh, you got the black bow.
I know. Still haven't seen the invader. Oh well.
Oh, because you're invaded by a spirit. So if you go back up the ladder, I can show you like where they spawn in. I mean, you can just enter the boss fight without.
I could.
So they, yeah. So if you go
This
down
is
the
where it
stairs,
said I was invaded anyway.
you're supposed to get invaded before that because they spawn. I think here or perhaps behind. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? I hate that. Ah.
Slam the shit out of them.
That'll teach you for trying to sell me miracles. Yeah, she was just hanging out. She did not give a fuck.
Yeah, I think you might have moved through faster than they expected. You could just fight the boss. It's the twin dragon riders.
I know.
Fair enough.
I didn't do well against them.
Gilded. Yes, sir.
It's gonna be like the new Marcia, check your WhatsApp. Adam, check the gilded. Hey.
Did I need to check the gilded to just like in some video entitled Cash Money Rapper Name Logic says what is even like his Cash Money Rapper name is his name Logic? Named Logic with like a D? Is that, or is his name Logic? Name capital L Logic. Anyway, he says it's okay to suck dick.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. This is a very important video that pharmacist had to show us.
I don't understand. He says watch the video.
I can't believe people get paid money to write that crap. Like, they just wake up in the morning and they get to write shit and get paid for it. That's their job. It's unbelievable. It is frustrating, especially like as a writer, because
they don't get paid a lot. There's that.
That's good. But yeah, like as a writer, like I put like a lot of work into stuff, and I rethink and like make sure I like refine every little detail, and like if there's like any that's so much damage. If there's any like part of the story that isn't like quite refined, I feel
yeah, you're so slow.
nice. Okay.
Be gone.
Just be gone. You're in a boss fight. Where's he gonna go? Then there's the Game of Thrones guy who's absolutely afraid to write new stuff. Well, he's afraid of working on his main series. And like, people have been waiting on the next book for like a decade or something. He has quite the issue with
Finishing anything?
yeah, like I get anxious trying to I got anxious trying to read Game of Thrones because he's so obsessive. And you can read it, you can see how much he's over edited stuff. And like it's not like I think that you should put out bad stuff, but like there is a point where you can over edit something and make it worse, and then you've gotta I mean you can kind of fight it to some extent by just like just writing a whole new paragraph with like just with the key points that you did well, and just transplant them to a new paragraph. Like you can kind of fix it, but you do kind of lose the rhythm of a piece the more you edit. So you have to. Oh, this the longest ladder in forever.
Anticipation, am I right, boys?
I don't like Game of Thrones because the writer is very like doomer. And so I just don't think that it has as much value to my life as like Tolkien does. If that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
And I'm glad to know I'm not the only person who has that sort of view. But anyway, as a guy who's trying to lose weight, I can't imagine being in his shoes, making people wait a decade for a new book and then putting out a cookbook as a big fat guy. Now I'll concede I'm not a big fat guy. I'm just like overweight, but like that guy, that's a big fat guy. I would not put out a cookbook as a big fat guy. Especially while everyone's pissed at you because you haven't finished the thing that they want to read. And like honestly, being in a position where people want to read a thing, can you dual wield the tridents?
Probably.
You must.
Why?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
They're tridents. I don't know. It's more fun than spears. I'm almost finished with The Hobbit. Gonna start Lord of the Rings next. I enjoyed The Hobbit when I was younger. It's like very like whimsical. I've been listening to Lord of the Rings on audiobook, but actually I haven't listened to it for like a week or two. I'm not even through the first book. I tried to read it, but it goes so much better as an audiobook. And I'm a pretty slow reader, so after like reading over my own stuff, sometimes I haven't been editing too much. I've just been trying to write. But when you read through your own stuff, sometimes like your eyes just get pretty strained. So it's nice to not have to read like other people's stuff. But also, I'm like very. I like books.
Oh man, you got me with the fucking anime slash.
Yeah.
Teleports behind you.
Fucking samurais. Yeah, no, I like books too much, if that makes sense. So, like, I'm super disappointed if something is, like, dumb and gay.
Right.
So. And he put out a cookbook? That's what I heard. A lot of people were memeing about his cookbook. So.
That's really weird. It's a bad idea.
I mean, the food descriptions in his books, people were like, my God, it makes me so hungry. And then, like, you look at him and it makes sense. It's like what everyone says. Just kind of brutal, but,
Maybe everyone's just malnutrition.
My, the fantasy thing I'm working on now, I had John read a couple chapters, and he said the food descriptions made him hungry, which is good, I think.
Yeah.
It was very simple though. It wasn't like a big like spread. They say never trust a thin chef.
Well, maybe the thin chef knows how to keep you happy and healthy.
Yeah. I would trust.
The thin chef is not using seed oils.
I would trust a jacked chef.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Get pumped. I'm done.
Okay. People trust Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay isn't like super thin, but he's like in shape because he.
Yeah, he's got a dad bod.
He uses his food for like his body to like fuel it, you know, not just become a gelatinous like disaster. He ain't a fat.
He also
fuck.
has standards, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is appropriate.
He's putting out Game of Thrones themed cookbooks, plural? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's not smart, though. That's such a random thing.
Do you think he still has his V card? He's married, so I hope not. Don't forget that every famous chef for the past 20 years has been using cocaine. I don't know if that's true. I know Gordon Ramsay doesn't use cocaine, but his brother did or something.
Yeah, he had some sort of tragic story like that.
Yeah.
Plus, he bought a life-size train set. I mean, who wouldn't?
George R. R. Martin bought a life-size train set? Like so did he buy it? What do you mean, a life-size train? Like he bought a train? That's just a train.
He bought like a mini train.
A life-size train is
Yes.
a train. What do you mean a life-size train set?
It's poor wording, but I think I understand what he meant. He just bought a straight up train. And the tracks and everything.
Sorry, it's like he bought a life-size car. You bought a car?
Or is it
car? Is it literally a model train that's as big as you, but you can't get inside? It's just like a model. It's the shittiest train on the planet. It's all
doesn't
plastic.
have a horn. You have to make the horn noises. Beep beep.
There's like a little plastic. There's like a giant plastic guy in there. And you can't get in. It's like
the floor's all cut out. You just pick it up and walk.
Life-size train set. I assume it's like some expensive, like expansive, like.
I'm
train
thinking
thing.
like in how Walt Disney had like the toy, like coaster train thing from Disneyland. He also apparently had one like personal for his kids and stuff.
That's super cute.
I was assuming it was something like that, where like all the kids ride it and it goes around in a circle or something. Life-size train set. That is a very funny term, of course.
Yeah. I mean, whatever inspires him, a lot of authors will have themselves, like, built a castle. And then, like, yeah, it's like a fairly common thing for an author to have themselves built, a castle built, and then in their will or something, they have it donated to a particular LARP. Something like that. So that it could be used by, like, LARPers who really appreciate the castle.
Sure.
No, I'm not gonna do that. my castle is going to my children.
Yeah, right. That's yeah.
Assuming
That's
that I
also
don't
what
live
Walt
forever.
Disney wanted. He wanted to live with his family in the Disney castle.
Yeah.
Sadly, it didn't end up turning out the way that he wanted, but
Yeah.
it is a fantastic castle that he made
It is,
for his
yeah.
family.
It was super beautiful. And like the mosaic and the like when you walk through it, there's this big mosaic on the walls. It was done by this German artist. It's supposed to be Cinderella's German fairy tale.
Right.
So
See, anyone remember the show Silver Spoons? How the kids had that little train running through the house and you could ride it? That sounds pretty awesome.
no, I don't. I've never seen that. Silver Spoons.
It sounds like familiar. I remember in the Santa Claus, the elves had like the train that they just ride around the Santa's workshop, and I remember thinking, oh man, that's cool.
So he did buy when it's done for your own personal hobby purposes as a toy, even if functioned. So you're saying he bought an actual train that he just runs on his own property? Kind of baller.
That is a move to make.
Yeah. I mean, if it helps him get inspired, like if he's like, yeah, I always get my best ideas when I'm on a train ride, so.
It's just gonna inspire him to write the next story about trains.
Because that really is like a business expense. Like, I tend to get good ideas while playing a video game, or going for a walk, or taking a shower. But I own a shower, I own legs, and I own a gaming PC, so I have all my tools. But if he's someone who gets really good ideas sitting on a beach, gotta buy a beach house, right? I mean, if you have that kind of money, of course that's what you have to do.
Yeah. It seems such a shame. He's like so successful, but he won't finish his books.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a problem his whole career is like.
Yeah.
You know.
I can only imagine that it's even worse now that the show finished it for him and everybody hated it, because that's so much more pressure on you to make sure that you don't fuck up like the show did, or that you don't make the fandom as mad as the show did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He wrote a whole prequel book
Yeah, I know.
about the Targaryens.
You got another show deal. For another book that he just popped out.
Yeah.
Nerdrotic has this theory that he can't release it because he became chummy with the woke crowd, and classic flavored stories and how they handled character goes against Bechdel test and that nonsense. So you think that, or the theory is that he did finish it, but he can't release it because of social justice or some shit?
I'm sure that has added more
pressure for sure.
to his, like...
Because, like, a woman doesn't become the queen or some shit?
Yeah, I'm sure that it's slowing him down even more.
Yeah.
Being around that kind of crowd, it stresses the shit out of you. And it's so... It makes your whole life worse.
Yes.
Because his whole obsession is with, like, medieval fantasy and stuff. And now he's around people who think it's, like, racist if he thinks that knights are cool. And that's not an exaggeration. I've gone to a liberal arts school, and everyone's a fucking nightmare. Everyone's a goddamn nightmare. And, like, if you, like, even phrases that are just, like, they're very simple, and they're very, like, empowering, and, like, someone will, like, if you're talking about John Wick, and you go, like, the lengths a man will go for revenge, someone over there would correct you and be like, or a woman, and it's like, or, like,
That's so petty.
Or like, there's a painting called How a Man Shall Be Armed.
Or
right?
a woman.
So there's a painting called How a Man Shall Be Armed, and it's a knight having his armor put on him.
Mm-hmm.
And like the liberal analysis of it was like, some girls like, oh, the sexism is already present just from the title, and then they're like, oh, and he can't even dress himself. And it's like, yep, because it's like, it's protective equipment, you fucking retard. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, go put on a suit of armor all by yourself, lady. And
It's
see
not-
how easy that is.
it's not like putting on pants, you fucking moron. You have to strap it, like, fuck. You can put on plate mail by yourself, but like, come fucking on. Like, what do we have? Like 5 hours for you to like fall on the floor trying to get all the straps buckled behind your head? Like,
Yes, it is much easier and faster to have, like, an assistant at the very
Yeah.
least.
yeah, 100%. Like, your job is not to be a master dresser. Your job is to go out there and kill people. You know what? A tank doesn't fuel itself. Someone fuels the tank. Like, this is not, like, when you have a knight, their job is to go out there and, like, fight. So, I don't know. Anyway, just imagine being around, like, awful people like that, and then also having to release a book which is entirely made up of, like, medieval stuff. It'd be total fucking misery.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, self-armoring speedrun.
they're probably, yeah, Nerdrotic is probably right that that's slowing him down more.
Yeah, for sure. That would slow me down a bit.
No chance the book is done, though. No, but that's
I don't
probably
think that
part
it's
of it.
done, no. I think that that it's swarming around in his brain how he should end it because of everybody else's feedback, essentially.
I've only read half of the first book, and I have to tell you, the ending from the show makes total sense to me. And he's the kind of writer who probably has everything figured out from the very beginning to the end. So
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I had a theory that he did, like, spitball them an ending for the show, and then when the backlash was so bad, he pretended like, oh no, I would never have ended it like that.
I'm sure Tyrion ends up as the king because there's a line where he, like, when he meets Tyrion, he's like, oh, that guy, in that one moment where he looked out at the distance, he looked like a king. And it's some line like that when he's first introduced, so I assume...
Well, that's not a good enough reason, though.
No, it's not, but, like, you could see that the main candidates, like, as the show progresses, it's like
Sure.
Tyrion, Jon Snow, Daenerys. Like, Jon Snow has, like, the legal right, I suppose. So he has the most legitimate claim to the throne.
Yeah,
So,
right.
but then also Daenerys, like the very first thing that is like mentioned is the bells and how she just remembers the bells. That's
Right.
She's so traumatized from her
parents were being murdered or whatever.
Yeah, so like as soon as the church bells would ring when she's invading, she goes berserk and has everyone killed.
Yes.
It makes
They
total
could have showed it better in the show.
It makes total sense to me, but I read the beginning of the book and they just cut that detail from the show. She doesn't have nightmares about the bells.
Yeah.
So they never
It's
they
an
never
issue.
built it up, and then they're just like, oh,
Oh,
also
she's just crazy.
yeah, also by the way, she's gonna have everyone murdered. And there's women who have like named their kid Daenerys. And then they see and then
I
they
wouldn't do that.
Yeah, like there's actual women who named their children Daenerys, saw the show, and were crying, bawling, freaking out.
I want her to be queen.
Their world is ending because she turned into a psycho and started murdering people. And she's like, I named my kid after a genocidal maniac, no! Like, so, hey, Never. Self-armoring speedrun, no task.
Yeah. Some fans have a
Yeah.
theory that he wrote himself into a corner, even more so with the shit ending of the show. Yeah. Liberal arts professor sees a tank. The sexism is clear. Points
Bro.
at the gun part.
Bro, listening to people trying to plug stuff in at a liberal arts school is possibly the most retarded thing. Because you call the part that you plug stuff into is called the female end, and then the part that plugs into it is called the male end.
Yes.
Listening to people trying to figure out, like, they can literally...
I don't understand.
There's nothing they can say from across the room. They always have to walk all the way over and then show what needs to be plugged into what, because they can't come up with a word for it other than that. I've seen, like, I was, like, hanging out around people doing, like, setting up a system in, like, the part of, like, the tech support club or whatever it was. What a fucking disaster. And then in comparison, I was, like, setting something up with my brother and, like, his company or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything's very quick. It's just like, that's the, give me the female end. It's like, oh yeah, this thing? Okay, sure. And then
Right.
everything is plugged in. It's fine.
Where's the they, them end?
Yeah, where's the they, them end? Oh, God. In the books, there's another Targaryen that is making claims to the throne. That character is omitted from the show. Good. Way too many fucking characters.
That is an issue that I find with a lot of super long series is the writer wants to keep on adding more and more characters and make them all, like, integral to the plot. Nobody's allowed to be just a side character. It becomes overly convoluted a lot of the time.
Yeah.
There are ways you can make it work, but does it actually work most of the time? No. One Piece is extremely convoluted with all these goddamn characters.
I think part of it is, like, they want to write a new story about new characters, so they insert the new characters into their existing thing, whether they make sense or not.
But that's definitely a possibility for sure.
And so, like, I can understand the writer needing room to go work on, like, a side project before finishing the book. And a prequel is, like, super reasonable. But I don't think that his issue is needing creative freedom and not taking it. I think it's just, like, he just can't handle, like, getting stuff done, and the perfectionism just, like, kind of paralyzes him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's good to care if stuff is done well, and I really care a lot that stuff is done well, but yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I'm super excited to have people see my next books. You know, it's just,
I'm excited to see your next books.
I should, like, give you a chapter to read at some point.
He's got some good stuff in the making.
Yeah, my next two books I'm really excited for. It's just that the one is gonna be like a series, like a fantasy series, so, like,
Gotta put more thought into that one.
yeah, I want everything to be, like, really buttoned up and, like, good, and I want the characters to be characters that people really care about. So.
Alright, good night, Gil.
Oh, good night, Gil. Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
I also want to get a bunch of art for my next couple projects.
Yeah. Gotta get a good artist, offer him a sick deal, like, hey, make a couple art pieces for me.
Yeah.
I'll give you this much money up front.
It's really nice to have the characters, like, pictures of the characters in front of me to talk about for Horizon Quest. Like, it's really nice to be able to go, this character does this character does this character does this. I would love to have that for my fantasy thing. So I kind of want to get a bunch of little, like, commissions of little, like, posters or trading cards or something. But it needs to be, like, economical, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Making things popular is always the first hill to climb up. But luckily, YouTube has opened us up to many new viewers
Yeah.
to look at our books and stuff.
Yeah. Doing another issue of Horizon Quest would be fun. It's also a million and two other comic ideas that we both have. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if I had George R. R. Martin money, there'd be I'd be putting out posters of every goddamn character. I'd have a role playing game written up. I'd be cooking. I'd be cooking with that much money and that big of a fan base. My God.
Yeah.
I'd be making more than cookbooks.
How much money that he's been making off of his unfinished books? He should have just popped open his own publisher.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, 100%. My God.
You don't have to worry about anyone's feedback that way.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch those colors?
I have it set to change it.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan. Just stopping by to say hi. It's been quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it has.
Welcome to.
Hey, Basil.
We're just closing it out.
Yeah, pretty much. I would make an over-budget movie cast by 55-plus-year-old actors with that George R. R. Martin money.
So where did the theory it's a post-apocalyptic world come from? So the Valerians, or the Targaryens rather, they ruled over, or they were residents of a place called Valeria. No one knows where that is, so you could easily say it's a moon base. And then they're immune to fire, like Targaryens specifically. They can't be burned by fire, which is somewhat supernatural. So you could say, oh, they're bioengineered soldiers or something. Because he doesn't say what the doom of Valeria is, and Targaryens or Valerians are super technologically advanced, and you only see a hint of that, and they can also tame dragons and stuff. So he also, as a writer, has stated that he doesn't like magic and fantastical elements. He thinks they feel too fake, and he feels like dragons can't exist because they couldn't have, he has pussy dragons with chicken configuration, because it's they can't have front arms. There's no creatures like that. It's well, there are, but whatever. There's a couple 6-limbed creatures out there. It's not crazy. So he has these pussy dragons that can't claw you. And he's stated in a bunch of interviews that I've seen where he's talking about, he was thinking about having them have a science-based pyrokinesis. So he's not so I've never heard the theory that it's a post-apocalyptic world, but just hearing that, it could be for sure, because he has not been very sneaky about the idea that he wanted the Targaryens to have their stuff be science-based. He was thinking not having them actually have dragons, because the dragons seem very, very silly to him. He was thinking of just having them have pyrokinesis, or some kind of science-based power that let them conquer the world. So just hearing him talk outside of the books about how he wanted to have lots of things be science-based and have magic not be real, that basically implies that he conceptualized the Targaryens as a hyper-advanced civilization. He also said he's never going to reveal what the Doom of Valeria was, which caused the Targaryens to have to move to the place where the books take place. So, for all we know, the Doom of Valeria was a crashing space station.
I'm never going to reveal this thing that I set up. Man, that's an easy out, huh?
Wouldn't that be the fucking craziest ending for the show is instead of all of these other kingdoms, the Targaryens show up and they've got fucking like 8.6 blackout rounds in AR-15s. They're just like
aliens descend to Earth.
No, they're just straight up Targaryens. Like they're all just like white hair super soldiers, just like death squads, just like show up in Westeros like. They just take over the whole.
Bummer you can't use that anymore since Adventure Time and Disenchantment made the medieval future setting lame. Is that what Adventure Time is supposed to be? I just thought it was like a bunch of scribbles. I thought that they didn't even want it to make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad Adventure Time is not as big as it was because I would sometimes be like, I'm a big fantasy fan, and then people would be like, oh, like Adventure Time? And I'd be like, no, not like Adventure Time. Then they'd start talking to me about Adventure Time, and I'd be like, please stop. Do not tell me about Adventure Time.
I never thought of Adventure Time as being a fantasy. I always just thought it was like randomness. It's like, oh, they have kingdoms, but they're based on like objects. It's like Princess Bubblegum and the Candy Kingdom. It's like, okay, well, that's not really medieval fantasy, but it's some kind of fantasy, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a grump for like comedy, but
yeah. I think of it as being like the equivalent of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, where like what the imaginary friends are, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just all imaginary. So I felt like Adventure Time was kind of just one of those imaginary world type deals, where it's not really supposed to make sense.
Naruto introducing moon men kind of ruined the franchise. There's men living on the moon?
I don't know about this. I don't read Naruto.
Oh, in the fighting game, there's a person who throws the moon at you as their special.
Just casually.
Well, it's very dramatic and yeah, but yeah. That's their ult. You can use it multiple times, which is confusing, but lots of moons out there. Also, what the fuck happened after Piccolo blew up the moon? How come there's still a moon?
He blew up the other side of the moon, and then the moon shifted around.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they explained it in the Sonic universe. After Eggman blew up the moon, they're just like, well, it just turned the other way. You just can't see the blown up side.
Good. Fair enough. They should have done like a cool shattered moon or something in Dragon Ball Z. Made it very iconic. That would have been really
right.
Cool. Anyway, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and I want to go to bed.
Yeah. So anyway, good night, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out and adventuring with us. And maybe a new game next time. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Adam's got a game that he's interested in playing.
Trisha also wanted to play Arch Thrones.
Yes, I did.
So I'm going to set that up soon. And then I wanted to try out this old PS2 game called Black, which is like a shooting game where a lot of the walls are destructible and stuff. Everyone raves about it being like the greatest game that's ever been made, and like technology has never reached those heights, and where the Doom of Valeria happened ever since Black for the PS2. I don't know. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. So yeah, see, Neva knows the game. Yeah, it's like this old classic. Everybody talks about that. Like, never got any sequels, and it was like supposed to be the next Halo. I don't know.
Well, then that should be enjoyable, huh?
Yeah. So I downloaded it. So I just have to like set it up.
Yeah, that's right. All right. We'll see you on the next stream, everybody, and we'll play a new game and talk about more stuff.
Yeah. Good night, guys. Thanks so much.